Hey guys, you're watching the one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Snow Globe. The Christmas series for this year. And I'm going to start off today while I'm just placing some snow down here with a question of the day. It's quite odd to have a question of the day on a themed series, but I do have one. With it being December, and with all of the Christmas tunes on the radio, non-stop, with nothing else playing, that's all that plays on the radio this time of year, I want to know two things in the comments section. I want you to write, number one, what your favourite Christmas song is. What song do you not mind no matter when it comes on the radio? How many times it plays on the radio? Like Jingle Bells, maybe. Maybe Jingle Bells is your favourite like Christmas song, and you don't care how often it's on the radio. You just like listening to it, and you always sing along to it, and you always enjoy it, and it makes you bounce about, and it makes you feel happy. So number one, what's that? And number two, so you put like number one, Jingle Bells. Number two, put what is your least favourite Christmas song. What Christmas song always comes on the radio that just drives you insane, and you just really hate? For me, it's a really tough one. I haven't really thought about this question too much. I thought I'd ask you guys, but I didn't really think of like my own answer in that much detail. Oops. How did I get in here? That was like that and that. Okay, I'll find a way out afterwards. What song comes on the radio? What Christmas song comes on the radio that I don't mind? No, I tell you what one I don't mind. It might sound a little bit weird. I don't mind Winter Wonderland. You know, walking in a winter wonderland. Whenever it comes on, it makes you sort of bounce. It makes me sort of bounce about in my seat. You know, if I'm driving in the car and stuff like that. I don't mind that one. It's sort of upbeat, but not too... What would the word be? Not too Christmassy. Well, very Christmassy cliche. But it doesn't annoy me. At least. Maybe it annoys you. It doesn't annoy me. And my least favourite one, I don't like... What really annoys me, what drives me absolutely insane. You know, I'm finding it really hard to think of one. There's a lot that just get on my nerves that you hear so often. It might be Jingle Bells. Thinking now, it might be Jingle Bells. I don't think that I like Jingle Bells. It's an overplayed song. Everybody knows the words to it, and nobody can sing it like in tune. Yeah, it's gonna have to be Jingle Bells. I sound like a right Grinch when I talk about that. What's your least favorite thing about Christmas? Wow, yeah, what a Grinch. Alright, anyway, I've got just this last layer here we're going around. As you can see, the light is starting to dim as we're sort of closing it all in here. And this is the sort of lowest layer of snow that we're going to have. This is going to make it look like the bottom, the ground area of our snow globe is just solid snow. And obviously it's just covering the outside. It's how they work in real snow globes as well. They're just painted on the inside to look like that they're full. And then on the outside, I want to do the terrain today. I want to get some levels for us to then put our buildings on. I got a hole in the top, don't I? So we'll have a look what this looks like. I don't want to use snow blocks all the way. I want to use grass and then put snow slabs on top. Oh, and by the way, I also turned the sign or the plaque, the 2016 plaque, onto this side. It was on that side, which is in the shadow. I put it on this side so the sun's nicely on it. So we've now got this as our front. It's going to be the front of our snow globe, so we can easily see. But yeah, I like that. So we've got the snow now all on that bottom layer. They're all full snow blocks because you don't want those to look like grass. However, from now on, when we now terrain upwards, we want to use grass instead. So it's going to look a little bit weird for the time being. That was the Christmas tree. But now we've rotated everything. This doesn't make any sense anymore, does it? Oops. Whoops. Or much sense. So we'll take this away. That lake might have to be turned. I might leave the lake there, though. And we've got a lot of little filling blocks to do around the side as well. So, you know what? Let's have like a fresh start with it. Let's do that. To there. Set snow block. There we go. Okay. And you. To you. Set air. And you. Nice fresh start here. We don't need those plans anymore. Now, I want the front, which is this side. This is where the plaque is. I want this side to be nice and flat. That's where we're going to have, like, the lake or the pond and the Christmas tree and stuff like that. And then I want it to go up. Let's grab grass. Then I want it to go up. So it's going to sort of come back at this sort of angle. It sort of just comes back like this. Not a straight angle. It's just going to come back at a slight angle. I keep missing one block. There we go. Something like that. And I think I might be able to actually bring that out quite a lot further. We only need the lake sort of here. Let's come way forward. And I think the end ones we're going to want to have full snow blocks though. Otherwise, when you look at the snow globe from the outside, that's still too thin. When you look at the globe from the outside, you're going to see the grass, and you don't want that. You only want the grass on the sort of bulgy parts. So we've sort of given ourselves a little more room. Make us a better shape as well. Yeah, much better. And we don't want this to be too urgent. We don't want it to go up like once every block. We're going to do a little bit more of a more gradual incline. So we're going to make this 2 blocks thick. And then we can start the incline. That can be a little bit thicker at 3. So we sort of add a little bit more on here. This is a great build to build along with at home. Even if you don't have world or anything like that, you can still build the globe. I would just recommend maybe building it smaller. That way you sort of keep a sort of round-ish look to it. So now that we've got that layer, we can go up another layer. And this one, we're going to still follow the same contour, but this one we're going to make 3 blocks thick instead of 2 blocks thick. So it's going to be a little bit more of a gradual one. The reason why I'm not going up quite very steeply, let's say, is because I want trees to grow on here. Now, if you're using oak trees, you can place oak trees pretty much anywhere and they'll grow. They might sort of look a little bit derpy. They might look like super short sometimes and stuff. But they do grow. They're very happy pretty much growing wherever you tell them to. Spruce trees and other trees, jungle trees and stuff like that, dark oak trees, have pretty specific requirements for them to grow. And if those requirements aren't met, they just argue with you. So by giving ourselves a little bit of a platform and making the incline a little bit slower, I'm hoping that we can actually grow natural looking spruce trees instead of building each one individually, which is just really hard work. So we're going to come back here like this. Each layer gets easier and easier because at one point we're going to have a pretty flat area for the house to go on, which I don't think is going to be too much higher than this. So I think we'll come back 3 blocks again with this one. We need a nice flat area for our somewhat small. It's not going to be a huge, it's not going to be a mansion inside the snow globe, but a somewhat small sort of gingerbread house is what I want. Like one of those ones that you can eat, you know, edible houses. I'm pretty sure that you can. I saw a YouTuber, maybe some of you have heard of him, called Boogie2988, most popularly known for his character Francis, where he rages and gets really angry. But I remember he put a video, I think it was last Christmas, of a gingerbread, build your own gingerbread house kit. And in the box, you don't have to like cook the gingerbread, like make it from scratch. It gives you all the pieces in the box, like walls and roof and stuff like that. And then you have to put it all together. And I tell you something, it actually looked really fun. It's something that I would quite happily do. And you have to sort of glue the pieces together because obviously it's all meant to be edible. Your only options to glue it together with is icing. And he made a video with Francis, which is his a fake character that he perceives. And he couldn't build it and it fell apart and he smashed it up. I find him a really funny guy, both in character and not in character. But yeah, that just made me think of that when I said gingerbread house. So this layer's a little bit flatter. The next layer is where the house is going to be. Now, I think I want the house on this side. Okay, so we're going to come up one more layer. This is going to be house layer. And then to the right of the house, I'm sort of backing myself towards here. Oh, wow, look how weird that looks like on the map. The place I'm backing up towards here, we will continue going upwards. We should continue sort of giving ourselves a little bit of elevation. So, that layer is all going to be flat along here. But along this layer, let's keep going up. So we're going to start off here. This could be a little bit more steeper because this is meant to be like a miniature mountain, a little hill, if you like. So we're going to sort of start curving this back here. Like, I think we can go like that. Okay. And then that's going to keep going up and up and up and up and up until it gets to about there, just high enough to get some spruce trees and stuff on top of it. So I'm going to do that, and I shall be back. I was just putting the snow down. I was like, where did this slab come from? And then I realised it's snowing outside the globe. It looks so cool, doesn't it? And the little hole in the top made it pop out. Now, I've got all the snow, and as you can see around the edge, I've taken away the grass blocks, and I've replaced... Oh, I missed a spot. And I've replaced them with snow blocks. That's so from the outside, you don't have like one top layer of grass. And I've also gone round, like what we were doing at the beginning of the episode, but now higher up, is hopefully put the snow blocks to go all the way up around the back here. Like this. It's so cool when it's snowing. Okay, I missed one block there. And I think I've missed one here as well, look. Like that. You could just tell by the darkness of the block there. It probably doesn't... as much as I like the snow, not when I'm trying to look at stuff. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so yeah, so the snow's all filled up, and as you can see, we don't see no grass, the sides of grass blocks around here. I think that was a very important thing to try and get done. And it looks really, really nice. This is probably one of the hardest parts of the snow globe, one of the most time-consuming parts. It took quite a while to do. Now, where was this spot that I missed? Around here. There we go. Okay, let's bust through here. There we go. And now we have this nice sort of grass part on the inside. Now, what I'm hoping that I can do here is instead of placing down individual snow slabs, I'm hoping that I can sort of speed the process up a little bit by going like from here to here, and if I replace air with just snow, it should do just the snow layers, but snow layers can only be placed on blocks, so the ones that spawn in the air should just disappear. Yeah! Alright, so that's going to make things a lot quicker, a lot easier. I don't have to worry about it placing them wrong on the outside, because if they place on the outside, it really does not matter. Oh, that's going to be so good. And then what you can do is on these little corner parts... Oh, I can't put them on top of glass, that doesn't matter. Is on top of the corner parts that you couldn't quite select, you can just do them by hand. It's just going to speed up the entire process by quite a bit. Ooh. Only one layer thick, though, of snow. I don't want to go, like, multi-thick layers. That's too much... Well, I would say, like, too much hard work, but it's hard to get right on such a big scale. When we done it in the penguin enclosure in the zoo and we made the snow sort of layer up, we were only working with a somewhat small area. We were only working with like a 20 by 20 area. So you could easily work on it and make the inclines quite steady. When you're working in an area of this size, very easily it can look really bad, look really wrong. So I'm trying to keep them only one block thick. Now, because we're in the corner here, it's just easier to do it by hand. But I think if we come like down here, that one, way over to this one. Oh, it's going to be so good. Oh, I missed, there's like a little tiny slither there. Not them. As long as we get all this grass done today, I'll be one of the happiest people in the world. What is that all about? That was like a little glitchy one. Alright, and then this last little section down here. Okay. Do we put the trees down now? I think we can put some trees down now. We can sort of give an idea on if the spruce trees have enough room to grow and stuff like that. Oh, I see a couple missing there. Oh, and then down the bottom is all missing. From here to there. And then back to here. Oops, there. Huh? Oh, why did that only do like a slither? That's better. Okay, so there's snow all the way down here now. That's looking really, really cool. Very cold, very wintry. Trees. Let's just put down the saplings and see what happens. So we want spruce trees. We'll see how often they grow. We're going to need... These aren't grass. These are completely snow. But we can put like a grass block in there. And put the tree on there. We're going to have the frozen lake here. We can carve that back out again now that we've got all the terrain in. Let's go down onto this level. That'd be easy. I don't have to click twice then. And we can put the ice in as well. Now I might use... Do I have packed ice? No, I don't. Ice. Oh, I do have packed ice. Compressed ice. I thought it was called packed ice. Well, isn't it called packed ice? Maybe not. Or maybe they've changed the name. I might use packed ice or compressed ice then instead of normal ice, because normal ice, one, it melts, which means we're going to have to really, all these mobs, we're going to have to watch the lighting in here. And number two, normal ice is transparent, which means we're going to be able to see down there, which is going to cause all sorts of problems. If we use packed ice, we still get the great ice effect that we want. Oh, I love how the snow block is just like a little tiny bit above. That's really cool. We still get the ice effect, but we can't see through it. So it really, really solves a problem for us. An unnecessary problem. Alright. Later on in the series, we'll be thinking about going into Photoshop and changing up some textures. Make them looking a little bit more Christmassy and stuff like that. But we're still somewhat in planning stages at the moment. Yeah, look at that little frozen lake going on there. I think we'll have a little pier, or not a pier, but like a little dock slab. I think it can actually be on the layer of the ice. So, you know, so it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Something as simple as that, with maybe a boat. Maybe a little bit closer. I want it at an angle. Can I have it at an angle? What if I turn it? Can I turn it to an angle? Oops. I can't turn it. Why can't you turn the boats? Okay, we'll just move it close to the dock then. There we go. That might fall through between like loading and unloading. I don't... Ow, I hit my elbow. I don't really know exactly how it works. Let's get some oak logs so they're different to the tree logs. And put those in like that. We'll have some slabs. Just a little bit of detail there. Yeah, I mean, it works. Okay, so we want some more saplings here in places where hopefully the tree can grow. We want a lot at the top, or some at least at the top, but that's going to be too close. That one might be too close for it to grow as well. I don't know if it'll grow. Glass is a transparent block, like, not as in you can see through it. Yeah, you can see through it, but like in the game it's classed as transparent, which is why you can't put snow blocks on top of it. That's why redstone can't go on top of it, and a few other sort of like weird things about it. But maybe because it's transparent, the leaves will just grow anyway. Like the game won't argue about the tree planting location. Potentially, I'm hoping that would be nice. Oh, I don't need to break the snow. I can just place it. I don't like it there. I don't want it on the edge of an area like that. Like what I keep doing. Alright. That tree's good there. And then we'll have one more tree over there. I think that'll be enough trees, really. I want a Christmas tree in the middle here. And a house up the corner there. Now, I think what we want for the Christmas tree, they're pretty simple to do. There's a few different ways that you can do it. But I think we can do it in a pretty cool way. We're not going to have enough time to power this. I wanted to flash with redstone. I do it every year. I always make a flashing Christmas tree. It's just one of the things that I do like to do. But we can sort of give a little bit of a planned layout and get a rough estimate size for it. Now, I always use wool when I'm building the Christmas tree. And the reason that I use wool is because I want to put redstone on it, and leaves don't go on anything else apart from redstone. Redstone can't go on leaves. Sorry, get my tongue all twisted. So by using the green wool, it still looks like the tree. Once we get all the baubles on, you're gonna look. It's gonna look no different to leaves. I can guarantee you. We could even be smart about this. What we could do is we could go into Photoshop, and that's too big. We could go into Photoshop, and we could make green wool, for example, have the texture of leaf, and then that way it'll look like the leaf block, but we can place redstone on it. So we have it like this, and then each level you leave a gap for redstone to go in, and then you make the next level minusculely smaller. The smaller you go, and this is going to be right in the way of the house. That's going to be like right in the way of the house. No, it'll be good. It'll be fine. I can take a shot from it. I'm just thinking about like future screenshots. That's all I'm thinking. Ooh, let's do it like this. Each layer needs to go smaller, yeah. But the smaller you go, or the gradually small. How am I going to say it? This is a complicated sentence. If you make the layers go too small too quickly, your tree won't be very high. So what you want to do is you want to make the tree get thinner as slowly as possible. That way, that's a good way to word it. That way, you can fit more redstone, you can have more lights, you can have more lamps and everything like that all on it. So, for example, you don't want the next layer to be like this, because you're limiting the amount of redstone you can have. You want to try and bring this out as much as you possibly can. Really try and extend it out. It takes a little bit of practice, but obviously I like building these, so I build them from time to time. I think they're a really nice looking build. And then the next layer we now do have to make smaller. And obviously these Christmas trees, the shape of them isn't like a normal tree. They don't have a normal tree shape. They're always very elongated. They're always very, very tall. And that's the sort of effect that we're trying to get here. Very tall with a wide base. Like that. We need to go up a few more. Lucky we made this this globe as big as we did. I didn't want to make it like way tall, but I wanted it to be tall enough to fit a nice big Christmas tree in here. And we'll get all the redstone flashing on. Maybe next episode, I don't know. I'm going to take those on like that. And like that. And now we're sort of getting small. This is where the redstone does become very tricky. The smaller you get, there are some tricks that we can do using the logs, using the actual trunk to take redstone through. But there we go. So at the moment, it looks a little bit weird because we've got these air slots between them. But once we get redstone lamps in and we fill them up with like clay blocks as baubles, I promise you it will not look quite as derpy as it does currently. That's all I've got time for though this episode. I want to have a look with the shaders on at the outside of this snow globe now. And give it a real good effect. There's so much to do, but there's just so little time to do it in. You know what, from outside, we've had one spruce tree grow. From the outside, the Christmas tree doesn't look too bad, but we will be dressing it up. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode.